plants I get. In a couple hours, the sun is going to go down. I have my shade cloth here to cover the plants once I'm done, to just protect it from the excessive heat, which is something you want to do, especially if your plants are young and tender. So I have some pepper plants here. I remember sharing with you guys last week that I was going to transplant these peppers this week. So that's what I'm going to do right now. And as always, what I do first is to water the ground. So I get started, and I'm using the square foot gardening method. Let me put on my gloves. Only have about 45 minutes, so I gotta hurry. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Again, for those who are just watching for the very first time, the square foot gardening method is basically gardening by the square. So every square foot represents the spacing for your plant, and depending on the type of crop you're planting will determine how much square you need. All right. So for peppers, it's 1 square foot um, per plant. For tomatoes, it's 4 square foot per plant. All right. I think I got a little bit crazy with my water here. The whole idea of the water is just to have it a little bit moist so that you can, when you do place the square tool in it, it's easy for you to um, identify it for demarcation. And this is the tool I use here for my square foot gardening method. This are all my peppers here protected under the shed. I don't know if you guys can see, but I stopped here with marigold. So right here, I'm just gonna measure the square and continue from there. Look at the line spacing basically. Because I know I gave some space here. Yes. And some people don't use this. They like to use like strings and all that to measure their space. But I prefer to use this because it's just easier. If I was gonna use strings, I would have to, you know, it's gonna take me more time to to string each space in my garden. So I'd rather just come here and do squares and keep it moving. Okay? You can use your hand or your feet. Of course, if you use your feet, it gives it more depth and it's easier to see. Um, but it's really up to you. I've used this tool for since 2022 when I got it for my first the moment I started gardening, I knew I wanted to maximize my space. So I did some research about how to maximize my space. And I found out about square foot gardening method. If you guys can't hear me, let me know so I could increase my voice. So yeah, in 2022 I started officially, I believe, this garden space here that you see. And I knew from the get-go that I wanted to maximize the space I have since it's the only place I have. So I started with researching and I found out square foot gardening method is a way to maximize your space. Also, there are other options like vertical gardening and all that. Um, but I haven't done much research into vertical gardening to share or to even start using that method to garden. So I don't have much to share about that, but it's something I'll definitely look into in the future. You know, as much as possible, the best way for me to save space in gardening, definitely worth learning about. So the beauty about square foot gardening method, not only does it help you save space also, but it keeps your garden organized if you think about it. Because everything is in squares, you know? It helps you prevent overcrowding too, and of course, like I said, save on groceries. Just having knowing the fact that you've used all the possible space to use, you reduce grocery cost. As we all know here in the United States, I don't know if it's applicable other places too, but things are getting crazily expensive, guys. So that's one thing I want to do is if I can spend less money in the grocery store, I will be doing that. Welcome in for those who are just joining. I just finished laying out my space, my spot now. So the next thing I'm gonna do right now is basically start planting. So I have here with me 17 tomatoes. All the square foot I just did right now, there's a little tiny space at the corner here. This is where I'll plant my companion plants. All right, so let's get started. Going to peppers here. Pepper over there too. Okay. Hope you guys can see me. I'm trying to make sure you see me while I'm doing what I'm doing. Let me pull some the shovel out. There we go. Got this with me. And then I also have some bunny compost. I saved this bunny compost for these tiny peppers because I felt like they needed a little bit of TLC. So that's why I'm gonna come down soon and just pull out some extra peppers here before I move. I'm gonna start here. Also want to get some basils. I plant basils alongside peppers and some marigolds. Um, my marigold is dying, unfortunately. Hopefully, if I put them in ground, water them will be good. But yeah, those are companion plants. And companion plants, as I've mentioned in my previous videos, help to deter certain pests and bring in um bugs that will benefit the plants. Alrighty, so let's get started with peppers. Okay, let me try to move closer so you can see. Try. The floor isn't level. That's where the issue is. Yeah. Okay. Sorry for the movement. Try to get it as close as possible. Okay. Can see you guys can see. Ooh, guys, it's hot in here. All right. So when you're digging for peppers, right, you just want to dig the space needed to put in the size of the soil in the pot. With peppers, the it's not so leggy, so you don't have to worry about burying it deeply or anything like that. Okay. Right. Let me try doing it this way. See if you guys see better. Okay. Let's see. Can you guys see? It's my wonderful. You guys might not see the space here yet because it's covered here, but as I move forward, I'm going to share it. And then you basically turn this over like that. You guys see? Turn it over and it should easily just come off like that. All right. That's the pepper. And I'm going to flip it in. Again, you're not burying it deeply, just enough for it to cover the size of the pot. So tiny. It has some companion plants beside it, so I'm not worried about that. So next, I'm going to plant my other ones here. Wonderful. All right. Perfect. You guys can see, I think. Again, we're not going to go so deeply. I forgot to put the bunny compost in that one. So I'm going to put bunny compost just around it. Or I'll just press my finger in here and put bunny compost on the side and then push it back in. All right, the same thing applies here. This is what bunny compost looks like. Bunny compost is really good. It's high in nitrogen. This is essential for the development of the plants, leaves, and all that, which is what we need right now in the early stage before they start fruiting, right? They need to spread their leaves, get some photosynthesis on their leaves to get that their plants the leaves growing. All right. So once that is done, after they've grown enough, they start growing, right? And it's either ghost pepper or habanero. Not sure. I didn't label the. I didn't label them because I'm like it's peppers with peppers, spicy, spicy. That's pretty much it. So that's what we have there. Let me see. Dry plants and basils. Let's keep going. Let's see. Okay. Let me plant basil here. And for basils, basil is 4 basils per square foot. Basils love they love to be together. So over here I have 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. About 6, 7 basils. Let me try to lift it up. This is a little bit harder to flip over. But I'm going to flip it over anyways. I'm going to flip it over first before I separate them. And when I'm separating them, I'm just basically breaking the soil lightly as much as possible, like so. I'm going to break them into groups of two as much as I can. So far, I just broke that one in two. I'm going to put a little bit of bunny compost in here again and drop it in. Guys, sorry about that. Um, it's so hot outside here that my phone said I needed to cool off. So that's why it froze for a little bit. But I've gone a long way now, guys. I'm more than halfway through with the pepper plant. And so I'm going to continue here and share with you guys as I go along. Right? Yes. So we're more than halfway done here. Let me see. Yeah, the same thing applied here. So I put it up. I put it under the shed cloth to cool down because I don't know what exact. That's just, you guys. That's how crazy the weather is. Like literally. Sorry, I'm showing you guys. Not showing you guys myself, but here I'm gonna pull out the remaining plants so I can get to work, and then you guys can see. Um, trying to get the best angle and put this under the shed so that it doesn't. My phone doesn't freeze again. You guys, that's how hot it is today. Very hot. I don't know what happened to this basil plant, guys. It was a different brand of basil. I said brand species of basil that I got this year, and I don't know exactly what it is, but it's not doing well. I forgot the name of the basil, but the other basils that I typically plant every year did well. All right, guys. So I'm moving this over. Woo. How many more do I have? I have one, two, three, four, five, six. Six more pepper plants to plant, and then we'll be done here. Hello, food, food forest. All right, let's get going, guys. I don't have that long left here, so let me try to do as fast as possible to get going. All right, and right now this is under the shed, so it will not um heat. It wouldn't heat up. Okay, perfect. All right, guys. If you have any questions, let me know. Again, when it comes to peppers, when you're digging the hole to put the pepper, you just want to put enough, dig enough hole to place the size of the soil in the pot. I put a little bit of bunny compost in there because it's a cold compost. So cold compost basically means I can apply it directly, and it slowly releases into the releases nutrients for the plants. So that's why I apply um cold compost, and it doesn't hurt the plant. All right, next one here. Yeah. This is the only corner that I have to climb the bed to plant, but I gotta plant. What's that? Okay, that's not my son. I'm looking for my son. Okay. If you guys have any question, let me know. Then applying some bunny compost and then just covering up the soil, the plants, making sure that it's seated nicely. The plants seated nicely above the soil. How many more do I got to go? Ooh. Okay, so we have one, two, three. I'm gonna plant one here, right here. Till I have more space than I thought I needed. This year, I just didn't want to plant okra and corn together. And the reason is that I've been feeling like the okra grows as tall as the corn, kind of like competing or something. I don't know. But every time I have to harvest the okra, it feels like I have to climb. If I had a ladder, I'd probably be climbing a ladder to harvest my okra. That's how crazy it is when I plant my okra. They grow so tall. And my raised bed is already 4 foot tall. So imagine me trying to harvest okra. I did plant okra over there though, on the other side. So yeah. Okay. So with this, you don't want to throw this out. I'm pushing them to one side because I'm going to eventually um wash them and put them away. That's what that looks like. It's a little bit deeper. I mean, yeah, deeper. So I need to go a little bit deeper with this one. Throw in some bunny goodies in there and then just press it in gently. Anyway, this plant I already hardened them off before bringing them here. So you want to make sure you always harden off your plant first. This is a good spot to plant companion plant. Let me get two of this. My companion plants are dying off, guys. This is so bad. I didn't take good care of it. See, it's not doing well at all. Maybe I should give it some bunny compost too. Maybe a bunny compost will help it. Okay. Woo. Okay, I have one more row here. And how many more plants to plant? I still have one, two. I have this whole space left too. Three, four, five, six. Let me grab it. How wonderful it is to take care of plants. It is, it is. It is wonderful. You take care of them, they take care of you. Give you good stuff in return. All right. I'm gonna imagine this is the line here and dig my holes. Now I'm just gonna dig some holes while I continue. This is not necessarily the best time to plant because this is like so hot. Mm. All right. Go ahead and continue. Ugh. And put my droppings in there. Mm. Just joining in. Those droppings I'm putting in there are bunny compost, bunny poop. Okay, right here. I should probably bend. It's probably better if I did bend instead of that posture. Is not really good for my back. Okay. And then these small tiny onions here. Onions is also a companion plant for peppers and tomatoes. All right. Woof, guys. Woof, almost done. Almost done. Oh my god. Almost, guys. Almost. Okay. Let's see. This is all the rows there. Let me see. I could get some more companion plants around them a little bit. I'm gonna plant some more over there in between them and stuff like that. Do you guys think this companion plant is done for? Like dead, dead? You think it can resurrect? I like to demarcate this, like to end it with companion plants before I start planting anything else that might not necessarily go with it. Oh, I forgot I had two more peppers. I still got two more peppers, guys. Okay, let me do this pepper like this. And because I'm used to planning the square method, I kind of can use my eyes to gauge where the next square is. For those of you wondering about the fact that I didn't do a square, use a square tool. I'm gonna break this into two. Put some bunny compost in there. We're about to wrap up, guys. We are about to wrap up with the peppers. All of these. Okay. Whew. Yes, petunia. Petunia is also another companion plant. Oh, let me plant petunia over here. I'm being honest with you guys. I bought way too much companion plants than I needed. I got too excited about some marigolds and petunias. I just kept putting it in my pot. Okay. Cupid. Woo. All right. Oh, all right, guys. We're done. We are done. Thank God. Successfully planted all of them. I'm gonna water them now. I think got some basils left that the ones are not doing too well. Um, I'm gonna just spread them around the area there and see. So this is all we did, guys. We're done. I'm gonna cover it up with a shed cloth to protect it from the excessive heat. And then we should be good. We should be good. Alrighty, bye.